It was the height of the summer, so Mr. Egan had to change the schedules on some of the trains, including Milton's Express. He had to run the train faster and pull harder. Milton did run the Express to time, but with the new schedule it gave him little time to rest in between runs. Never mind, he puffed proudly. It's all a part of being an express engine. Well, Mr. Egan noticed this too, and decided to do something about it. Milton, you will not be taking the Express today. Why? Why not, sir? Why am I not taking my Express? Well, with this new schedule, I see that you're not really resting in between your runs. So I figure you'll alternate on the Express with Marquise. Marquise? He shouted. Now, Milton didn't have a problem with Marquise, his personality. They were actually pretty cordial. It was Marquise's wheel type that worried him. You see, Marquise is a Pacific-type locomotive. Pacific-type locomotives were used to haul fast passenger trains, such as expresses, and were actually built to rival Milton's type, which is an Atlantic, and also built for passenger trains. And Milton always had a feeling in the back of his smoke box that Marquise would replace him on the Express one day. "Sir, I don't mind not having a rest," he said quickly. "Well, I do mind," said Mr. Egan sternly. "If you push yourself too hard and break down, you won't be taking the Express at all." That shut Milton up. "Congratulations, Marquise," smiled Larry. "You work real hard on the local trains. You certainly deserve it," added Kevin. Marquise was delighted with the Express. He didn't try to outdo Milton, just to do the job similar to how he would do it so the passengers would be happy. "So, how do you like being the Express engine?" asked Sarah. "I mean," said Marquise, "it's all right. I mean, it's just a passenger train with fewer stops." "Oh, look," said Tony Ann cheekily. "It's the old Express engine." Milton bustled up. "I am not the old Express engine. I am the current Express engine. The one and only Express engine." "If you're that, then why is Marquise pulling the Express tomorrow?" Tony Ann sarcastically asked Milton. "Only because of what Mr. Egan said," Milton snapped. "Mark my words, Marquise. Once the summer is over, the Express will be solely mine again. So don't get used to it." I won't," said Marquise, puzzled. "Well, that's settled then," said Milton and puffed quickly away. The next morning at the quarry, Jessica had received some bad news. "You need repairs, Jessica, so you will have to go to the workshops," said the quarry manager. "But what about the shunting around here?" asked Jessica. "Don't worry," replied Geraldine reassuringly. "Samson and I can handle it." "That's right," added Samson. "Go on ahead, Jessica. The faster you repair it, the faster you'll be back." Jessica put on a brave face and puffed away. Jessica was a little 060 locomotive. She had small wheels and a small tender that didn't hold much water. She had traveled a long way from the quarry and began to feel thirsty. In the distance was a signal. Good, she thought. There's a station ahead. I can have a nice drink and a rest until the express has passed. She stopped by the water tower. The fireman turned the tap, but nothing happened. The tower operator came up. I'm sorry, but you can't get water here. Why? Asked Jessica. They had a water main break in town and they had to shut the water off. You'll have to get more water from the next station, I'm afraid. Jessica puffed sadly away. As they hurried along, the water in Jessica's tender tank had completely went empty. Then her fireman saw that Jessica's water gauge for her boiler was getting dangerously low. We can't go on, called the fireman over to the driver. We can't risk the water dipping below the crown of her firebox. I agree, to the driver. Jessica, I'm afraid we're gonna have to stop. I understand, sighed Jessica. The driver quickly brought her to a halt and the fireman quickly put out her fire. We must warn the express, said the fireman. They then heard the sound of another engine. Jessica's crew ran out into the middle of the tracks to wave it down. It turned out to be Milton with a local train. Please take me back to the station, called the fireman. It's an emergency. I'm a local train, not a taxi, snapped Milton. Will you shut up, Milton? Cried the driver. We'd be happy to. When they got to the station, they explained everything. Marquise, said his driver, you think you could push Jessica? I have to try, said Marquise. We can't just leave her there. So, with a huff of steam, Marquise set out to find Jessica. He came up behind Jessica and gave her a bump. Come on, you, let's go, he chuckled. Marquise had to work very hard. When they finally reached the station, he felt exhausted. Some rail fans were on the platform. Look, said one, the express is late and it's got 2 engines. You know what I think, said another. I think Marquise couldn't pull the train on his own, so Jessica had to help him. I'm sorry, Jessica said sheepishly. That's okay, whispered Marquise. I don't care if they think that. Jessica could only smile.